Hello everyone and welcome to another casted game of Age of Empires 4. We're here on Gorge, but this isn't just any Gorge. This is EGC Gorge, that's right, this is not just any old ladder game that we're casting here. It's one of the qualifier games for the Winter Masters EGC S-tier tournament going on right now for Age of Empires 4, hosted by EGCTV. Fellas, do make sure to check out EGCTV. I'll leave links in the description below. So make sure you go over there, tell them hi whenever they are streaming the tournaments live over the weekends. We got, spawning in the color red, Numidan playing as the Chinese. On the other hand side, we got DeMu playing in the color purple, playing as a Delhi Sultanate here on EGC Gorge. EGC Gorge is Gorge, but a little bit revisited. You can see here we got a little bit more distance between these cliffs on the side and the sacred side, and everything spawns a little bit more even, a little bit more, like the generations are just more, I want to say, less extreme. Sometimes we got like extreme deviations when it comes to the spawn on ranked maps. On these tournament versions of the same maps, they spawn a lot more consistent when it comes to these different generations. Especially in these tournament maps, just having more consistent spawns becomes very, very important. Fellas, by the way, if you enjoy all of these casted games that we're bringing here on YouTube at the moment, do make sure that you also just drop down below the video just for a moment, hit that like button. It really does go a long way, helps me out with traction here on YouTube. Thank you guys so much for watching, and we'll keep going right now. So we've got the Delhi Sultanate up against the Chinese. A very interesting matchup. This used to be, I want to say, like 65% win rate maybe for China. Very, very favored for China. But I'm intentionally saying used to be. A couple of buffs here and there, some meta changes when it comes to Siege, and all of those things just culminated in Delhi at the moment just being by far one of the strongest civilizations in the game. There are just some matchups that Delhi can't possibly lose in the late game, which is kind of crazy, considering that a while ago we thought Delhi, late game, takes forever to get those upgrades in, right? But with a lot of changes with how Dome of the Faith works, we're now in a situation where when players age up to Imperial Age, when players even age up to Castle Age, they're above like 12 scholars already. So upgrades come in incredibly quickly, and that is what we'll be seeing here. Dome of the Faith is going to be coming in for DeMu. So he's going to be able to get a very, very big discount on his scholars. On the other side, we do have that Imperial Academy getting put up by Numidan. 2 villagers working on that. No Imperial official has come out yet, so we are getting a no IO build opening here from Numidan. That has become pretty common in the current Pro Scout meta, as we do see a lot of players go for Pro Scout really, really early on, and you can do the same thing with China at the moment. If you opt for that fast Imperial Academy, just courtesy of not going for Song Dynasty in the first place, you're going to be able to have a lot more resources flowing over to be able to afford Pro Scout. You're able to supervise that with the Imperial Official, get the upgrade in really, really quickly from your mill, and then you're able to spam out those scouts and get those steer in nice and safely underneath your mill, where you're able to supervise the income and just get a lot of food income very early on in the game. Delhi, similarly, wants to do the same thing. They can also go for professional scouts. They get it at a, well, I don't want to say similar time, but they do get it for free. So no additional resource investments, that they'll just pump resources into more scholars. So get more scholars out, you're able to get professional scouts quicker. And it's going to be roughly like a 2-minute research time if you're at like 3 scholars inside of your mosques. Age up now, finishing up for DeMu as well. Already has a lot of villagers out on wood, so should be seeing a production building coming out here shortly from him. 2 scholars immediately in queue, so is going to be able to fill that mosque up relatively quickly. And there we go, stable. Now going to be coming up 2 villagers, working on that to try and get it up as quickly as possible. Well, not as quickly as possible, but at a reasonable timing here. Village in the corner for Numidan. So is going to have a lot of population space at the moment. Pro Scouts hasn't been clicked quite yet, but is getting the resources ready for it. Stable now also coming up for him. So it's going to be able to get either some horsemen or some scouts out. And we do see the production of scouts now coming out here for him. Taxes accruing. Drop-off should be coming in here shortly. I think Nimadan could probably drop taxes off of the mill and lumber camp right now and just immediately go for the pro scouts upgrade. Barracks also coming in, so we'll have some spearmen as well to defend. Drop off should be coming in shortly. Another tax drop off over here, and there we go. Pro scouts now gonna be in queue. Scouts also moving in. We don't have supervision on that. So that supervision is coming in on the lumber camp. Get a couple more resources over there. Horseman is gonna be able to... Wait, actually, not quite yet. Wasn't quite able to scout the scout, but the scout saw the Ghazi Raider. So is gonna respect that and is gonna move away for the time being. Nimadan gonna wait for that spearman to come in. There we go. Spearman has come through behind this. Pro Scout also in queue for DeMu. Still needs more than 2 minutes, close to 3 minutes-ish, in order to get that in. Double Spearman now out. Ghazi Raiders have a little bit more health compared to a normal horseman, and a lot more damage. So when they do take fights against spearmen, they do a lot better compared to just a normal horseman. Yeah, DeMu is just trying to be annoying here right now against this Pro Scout play. It's gonna have some issues with that, though. At the time, still 2 minutes remaining. Archer range now coming up for DeMu, so we'll have an answer to those spearmen, but likewise, Nimadan could be making some horsemen as well. So we'll have an answer to that, and Pro Scout play still going on. Deer camp completely gathered up now, or about to be completely gathered up. Well, not quite, but should be looking for that soon. We do have survival techniques that has come in for Nimadan as well. We're getting an outpost actually here up on the gold. And scholars are now moving across the map in order to start capturing up those sacred sites. But there already are a lot of spearmen out, so DeMu, he's gonna need a lot of archers out quickly. Does have the improved production with the scholar inside of his production building, so archers will come out really quickly. Just needs to have the resource for them at the moment. Still more and more spearmen coming in. Horsemen now in queue as well. No supervision on that. Only supervision on the barracks, so a lot of spearmen really making their way out at the moment. Archer does get spotted out, and this is probably not something that Nimadan will want to stick around for too long. I say that, but the horseman has come in at the right point in time. And together with spearmen, can do massive amount of damage, even against the Ghazi Raider. Ghazi on horseman fight over here. Stalls out the sacred site at least for a little bit, but first sacred site should start getting captured up here at the front side. Archers now coming in as well. Nimadan, turnaround. No turnaround yet. Can't really catch up to those Ghazi Raiders with those spearmen. The kiting from the archers is going to be difficult for him as well, but the numbers from Nimadan are starting to mass up nicely behind this. 2 sacred sites now captured up. That's a lot of passive gold income for DeMu that he's getting here behind this. Already up on 6 scholars. So even if he loses one here, it's not the end of the world for him. Can also just pull the remaining scholars forward if he wants to heal up any injured units here. Going for that at the moment, though, and Nimadan, he's lost a lot of spearmen here, just trying to scoot back and forward. Pro Scout play still going on behind this, so a lot of food coming in right now for Nimadan. He's just not quite able to really translate that into enough units coming in for him. Decap potentially now coming in on that eastern sacred side. Just leaves the horseman there for the time being. Only a horseman though, so the horseman from DeMu might want to scoot around there. Instead, getting some walls in now as well. Barbican of the Sun getting put up forward now, so we will get Song Dynasty in here for Nimadan. Early walls will mean that this sacred site is going to be rather tough to attack onto. Now, on this map generation, we talked about it earlier. There is a little bit of a wider gap between these cliffs here. Also means that you are going to need to invest a little bit more wood if you really want to, like, wall this entire front side. Ghazi Raiders still up at the front side. Now Pierce Armor has already come in for Nimadan as well. So should be able to potentially take some fights, or at least tank much better against these archers, as they don't have the bonus pierce damage in yet. Body blocking could make things difficult though for him. Ghazi Raiders moving a little bit too far back. Clash coming in, Horseman. Able to get some good connections onto some archers at the front line here. DeMu, I'm not sure who's really favored here in this fight. Looks like there aren't any spearmen remaining now though. Still a lot of Ghazi Raiders. DeMu added in his own Spearman. That is so crucial, as they're going to be a good meat shield against his opponent's Spearman and Horsemen. Also able to just provide a lot of damage against these Horsemen. So DeMu going to be able to keep up with his double Sacred Side play. We do have a market now, so DeMu's also going to be able to just buy other resources now in order to further fuel his military lead that he's building up right now. Sacred Side to the west, once again, starts getting recaptured. Lots of horsemen moving out to the western side now. Archers should be able to spot this out. I think DeMu did notice, and he is indeed now sending his Ghazi Raiders up there. Tech move already coming through. Nimadan did tap that Sacred Side only for a moment though. No unit sitting on that. Scouts still moving out. Do we have any pro scouts coming in at the moment? DeMu doesn't have a scout out. He did get the upgrade in, but hasn't moved out with his scouts yet. DeMu up to 11 scholars now already, just courtesy of them being really, really cheap from the Dome of Faith. And we're now getting an age up in for Numidan. A dangerous time though, because he's actually running out of food underneath his base. The deer, they're pretty much gone now. 2 deer camps. Looks like Numidan tried to potentially go for a grab, go for a little deer heist there on his opponent's tier. DeMu, having secured the middle side with walls, could now look to securing the other sides with walls as well. Has a lot of gold in the bank, just passively with 3 sacred sides. You get 375 gold with the dally, and then a couple of villagers just still gathering up there. We're now getting scouts in, so now DeMu is going to start gathering up his own deer. Shikanu now in production for Numidan. Does still have berries that he could move on to. And in Song Dynasty, he will have access to granaries, so can also go for farm transition if he really needs to. And it felt like just a moment ago that DeMu was at like 300 food. Suddenly he's got enough resource to age up as well. And we are getting the House of Learning in from the Delhi. And with this many scholars, you're going to be able to get all of these unique upgrades in just incredibly quickly. Numidan wants to use this timing now to push out as well. We're getting upgrades in for the Jugunu, veteran Jugunu, right around the corner. How many does he have out yet? Only 6. Some just standing behind here. There aren't too many spearmen out at this moment. Now with the veteran Jugunu here, might be able to take some nice engagements. No damage blacksmith upgrades on them yet though, so they only do as much damage as feudal age Jugunu with +1 pierce damage. This isn't all too impressive, and yeah, I feel like DeMu realized, okay, these Jugunu, they don't really do that much damage. +1 pierce damage has come in now. So now it starts getting a little bit more dangerous with the Palace Guards as well. He's going to be able to start taking some better trades. Ghazi Raiders in there as well. And now the upgrades are going to start coming in as the age up just hit. Going to take a look here. Right-hand side for DeMu. No additional upgrades quite queued up yet. Is instead going to immediately start picking up relics on the map everywhere. So immediately full relics are getting picked up here for DeMu. Just an incredible amount of relics immediately picked up. Do we have a monastery yet for Numidan? No monastery up yet, but that's going to be a lot of passive gold that's going to be coming in here for DeMu as the game goes on. And now the upgrades are going to start coming in. 2 minutes for Honed Blades. That means that once that upgrade comes in, his men-at-arms and his knights are going to get +3 damage on them. Consider this. English men-at-arms get +2 armor. So you're already going to do a lot more damage against English men-at-arms than normal men-at-arms would in that matchup. DeMu, good military force overall. 14 of those in scholars, and 2 relics already drop off now. Looks like Numidan managed to snag around 1,000 food worth of deer carcasses. He's trying to make his way back to his base. Monastery has come in now for Numidan. Only gonna be able to get in a single relic though, so doesn't feel that good for him. And DeMu, he's looking to be in a splendid spot here at the moment. More villages have come in as well. Pretty good open area here for a granary transition. Wouldn't be surprised if maybe at one point we'll see like a second TC potentially coming in for Numidan to try and go for a more economic approach. No way DeMu gets this. No way DeMu's gonna get a 5th relic here. Monk is still alive, but now the scholar is moving back. Oh no, if Numidan can't even secure 1 relic, that's gotta be more than 700 passive gold per minute. 775 passive gold per minute for the Delhi Sultan. 15 minutes into the game if that goes through. And it looks like it might. Just walking past the gate at DeMu, he's gonna get a 5 relic deli game here up against the Chinese. Couple of horsemen trying to get a decap. Moving out now. Looking to some damage onto the villagers over here though, but these are mostly weak horsemen. And these villagers have all the blacksmith upgrades. On top of that, they got textiles in as well. So they're not really gonna take a lot of damage from feudal age horsemen. Looks like instead we do have a move onto the wood line potentially. TC gets garrison in though. We don't have reinforced foundations in yet. It takes 29 seconds to research. 1 minute, 1 minute, 1 minute. Oh my god. These upgrades, they take 1.5 minutes. They take as long as they would for regular civilizations. Difference is, DeMu doesn't have to pay for it. And he's only got 10 scholars garrisoned right now. With 10 garrison scholars, he's getting in his upgrades as quick as other civilizations, but completely for free. More walls being put up now as well for DeMu. He's most definitely in the driver's seat right now. Firmly set. First couple of granaries coming in here behind us. Nubadan is gonna need the food. The deer have run out. Brought back a couple of deer here right now, but didn't have any villagers working nearby there by the time those came in. Knights might be trying to look for a raiding opportunity, but those walls are gonna severely diminish the potential for those, as we do have this large army from DeMu just like circling around right now, around the base from Nubadan, looking for potential targets. Nubadan is gonna see the military here, courtesy of that scout being out there. We're not going for the dive for the time being. Got lots of villagers from Nubadan right now. How many villagers is that on food? 33. Damn, he's just getting so much gold here behind this. Keep did go up at the front side. We do get the moss for the little Wi-Fi build there. He's going to be able to get the upgrades at the fastest speed. And we do have a fight going on here right now. Archers and crossbows from the side of DeMu. Front line. Seems to not last that long for Nubadan. Doesn't have too many units remaining on the front line. Jugunu, though, are trying to do their best to target down the back line. It's going to be tough, though, with the body blocking from the front line. It's going to be able to slowly but surely deal with that, though. And yeah, that is going to be a cleanup here on the army from DeMu. Behind this, looking at the military numbers, this was a fine trade for DeMu, as he's got enough units here at the front side. Did we have villagers here? What died there? No, those were horsemen. Those were 2 horsemen that went down. There are no villager kills in this entire game so far between the two. Behind this, village fortresses, 40 seconds. This upgrade, roughly 1.5 minutes, and it came through. And now we're going to see another keep. It's just going to be keep hopping now onto these sacred sites, and it's going to be a rough position now for Nubadan. Delhi, they just feel like they're built different at the moment. Absolutely built differently. You save up so many resources on all of these upgrades. Your economy is looking so good thanks to all of these upgrades. Up to 22 scholars with 5 relics now as well. Sacred Site victory. 8 minutes remaining. Mahout's also coming in, so if he goes for elephants, doesn't have any in queue yet, but if he goes for him, they're going to be a good bit quicker as well. Fight needs to get taken here now. Spare gathering from Nubadan would be under attack otherwise. We don't have any Jugunu here out though from Nubadan, just a couple. He needs to focus the backline with them. Palace Guard's already taken down. Nubadan, he's gonna have to evacuate. That is not the situation that you want to be in at the moment. So much pressure coming out for him. Doesn't have resource for a keep. Villagers, where are they going? They're trying to go out to gold maybe, but realistically, he can't be out there at the moment. We're pulling back for the time being. So much gold that he has, and now triple sacred site keeps have gone up here for him. He built it with like 30 villagers. Really wants to make sure that that keep goes up. Behind all the walls as well. Wall's not quite finished, but good enough. Good enough to block any pathing from going through there. Once again, DeMu looking for those berries. Numidan does have good food income still, but he's just not able to get enough units out on the board. Granted, DeMu, he's only on 50 military units in theory, just because a lot of these are still scholars. Numidan still struggling to keep up with this, and now DeMu, 1, 2, 3, 4 TCs worth of buildings, pumping out villagers for him. So even though Numidan bought himself a nice little villager lead with the Imperial officials, with the Song Dynasty TC, DeMu's gonna catch up really, really quickly now. A lot of spearmen coming in, more crossbowmen as well. Could DeMu be looking for an age up soon? He's at 152 military. So would definitely be a possibility. Villagers now moving out to stone. If DeMu gets an age up in here, he can just wait until he reaches 200 population and then look for an age up. It wouldn't even hurt his transition, like, at all. You can make farms around the keeps here as well. Numidan. What can he realistically do now to get out of this position? Does he have an astronomical clock tower? He does have the astronomical clock tower. So could be looking for some nest of bees. None in queue at the moment, though. Fight gets taken here now by DeMu. Switching to the cinematic view from the other side. Frontline from DeMu starts to get thinned out. Same though for Numidan. Both players not having a lot of frontline remaining now. All frontline units pretty much getting one-shotted one by one from each side. Numidan is going to be able to hold off, though. DeMu will need to back off here now for the time being behind this. No age up coming in quite yet for him. Farm transition not looking as nice as it is for Numidan, so Numidan does have the food advantage for the time being, but DeMu is trying hard when it comes to catching up with that. There's also a unique upgrade that Delhi has that gives them an additional 10 carrying capacity, so his economy is just truly like at the height of efficiency at the moment. These villagers, whenever they drop off food, it's going to be 25 food that they drop off. Considering the HRE gets a nice bonus there as well, where they drop off 21 resources, this is just like HRE plus villagers at the moment. Still more and more units getting invested into. Numidan now with a clock tower trebuchet. Will want to start sieging down some of these keeps. Wants to go for his own keep over here, potentially. Stone walls coming up behind that as well. Villagers moving out to try and build that keep. Not something that he can quite go for yet at the moment. Numidan realizes. Military count in favor for Numidan, considering that still 25 of these are scholars. Keep now going up at the front side. DeMu, is he going to start just trying to get some villager kills instead? Gets a couple. A couple villagers will get sniped out. Oh, Numidan has to be careful. He's luring the units onto his villagers. So a couple more villagers will go down. Overall, Numidan will be able to at least take this position, though, now with the keep. Where's the trebuchet? Trebuchet is moving out now. So we'll start to siege down those sacred sites. Stone walls going up on all the flanks here behind this. There's only 3 minutes left on the sacred site victory. So Numidan is going to have to really start pumping out here. Up to 3 trebuchets already. Okay. So he realizes the situation that he's in. Nest of Bees now also going to be coming in for him. Up to 24 crossbows compared to just 16 from DeMu. Military numbers looking good, but I feel like DeMu might be looking for an age up soon. He's banking up resources, not even at 200 out of 200 population. More scholars getting produced as well behind this. He's got 3 monasteries full of scholars at the moment. 3 minutes left on the sacred site victory condition. Counter repair comes in. DeMu doesn't have a lot of stone, actually. Could buy more, but it looks more likely like we are seeing the age up coming in. And indeed, Palace of the Sultan, where is it going to be? There it is. 18 villagers getting to work on that one. And the crazy thing is, once that age up comes through, 1 minute for the elite upgrades. 1 minute. It's just the minute, and you're getting all the elite upgrades in for your units. Absolutely crazy. And that is with only 15 Scholars Garrison right now. DeMu, he could have 27 Scholars Garrison. Those upgrades would be coming in like, I want to say, 45 seconds? Great trebuchets. He's trying, man. Like, the counter repair is just really strong as well. Age up comes through. Numeron might be thinking about going for the other sacred site instead. And it looks like it. Villagers, are they going to get pulled in order to start repairing over there? A couple of villagers do get indeed pulled. And damn, he doesn't have that much military out there. Oh, it looks like we are seeing a potential forward Great Gatehouse coming for Numeron. This could save him. The Great Wall Gatehouse here could just really save him, as it does just so much damage if he's able to get it up in time. Doesn't have the gold for it, though. There we go. Gold comes in. Great Wall Gatehouse now coming as well. Villagers have to be careful there. Wait. That is... Okay, it's not in range. It's not in range. Great Wall Gatehouse should be going up in time. It's gonna take a little bit. Damn it, he's got so many resources. But he's got nothing in queue right now. Does he just want to let Numeron decap? Currently just sitting on that sacred side. Great Wall Gatehouse is going to have the entire sacred side in range. Villagers did get pulled, tried to go for the repair. Elephants just now coming in queue, but it feels like it's a little bit too late. And Numeron should be in a position now to start the capture. Or rather, decap process now. There we go. Decap does come through. Elite Ghazi Raiders already out in force. Great Wall Gatehouse firing on the gate instead of the units here. Additional Nest of B, though, coming in. A great shot from the Great Wall Gatehouse. Numeron pulling 3 more trebuchets. He needs to keep standing on that sacred side. Trebuchets doing great damage over here. To that keep, and Numeron, he just can't afford not going on. The great second shot now coming in. Nest of Bees up there as well. He's already got the upgrade in on the elephants, plus 7 armor. Bonus health came through as well. Numeron, is he going to be able to get the decap through? It doesn't feel like it. The elephants, they don't take any damage. They don't take any damage. No way. No way! Even with the Great Wall Gatehouse in the front, at least the Great Wall Gatehouse does a juicy amount of damage to them. But Numeron's entire army gets cleaned up with elephants with 14 ranged armor. There's just no way. Numeron, it's 19 seconds remaining. He doesn't have access to the sacred site over here as well. Nest of Beasts, they're trying their best, but the ranged elephants just too tanky. Behind this, so many university upgrades coming in quickly as well. And GG gets called. Numeron not able to decap the sacred site. Delhi, Imperial Age unlocked 40,000 free resources in terms of upgrades coming their way. Is it broken? I think so. Man, but DeMu absolutely slaughtering Numeron here in this one. Used to be that China's favorite here, but currently doesn't quite feel that way. Fellas, I hope you guys enjoyed this castle game. If you did, make sure to check out EGCTV over on Twitch whenever they are streaming their tournaments on the weekends. Definitely make sure to check them out. Even on their YouTube, I'll leave links in the description. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you leave a like on this video as well. Helps me out with the traction. Maybe even subscribe to the channel. That way you do get notified whenever we do upload here on YouTube. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope I'll see you all in the next one. Have a good one.